아네 드라마
다 텐데 간자 감스 치기 다음에 발라 미베 지니 줍술니 다 지니 줍술 뇌드 숨는 거서래 와다 지니기 초 단덴비 낭니 밀 다음에 발라 셈 동웨치 줍자 띵인진 살진 미토바텔라 진구기 파르토 쳬페스 진구기 님버 템바탕 시진 기고네 진구 참왕 웬진네 대다왕도 민로이 술도 짱와니 셈니 기베 림바니 어다테 숭도 왔다베 개침버리디 개치초레다 지니기 초된 디나라 세보야래 아 지니기 초두야래 지니기 초두도 15진 내 점버래 대소양내양도 즉 원에 배잘로 양내양도 내바제거다 개침버래 지네기 초기 연라 지기 머주베지 니베 지네 kum바이나 로똥 곰기나 지니 두부 말에서데 조지 발데데 시기 셀프 송도 어떻게 인도가나 지네기 초데 개침부 차대요래 어떻게 인디 데투비 띵인 하게 버트 정인데 나랑 좀 땅부발라 고파된 도착가 차도래 간지 땅부 셈데 마네지네 셈 치료도 트레근데라 아니 고파시고래 디케 치셔래 디 용알라 템바고고래 템바다 쇼 템바 트레 와이나 디간라니 셈데 네샤체 용야다 템바 디 용알 템바티기 아니 파기 베 셈데갈 낸두 민두 따제 땅근데 시진기 양내도 자랐게 다땡이 진이 주제게 튕긴 쪼쪼 내 땅보발라 쪼쪼 땡겨야 돼요. 튕긴나 마소나. 어떻게 시우지 템바드 시진이 뭐네게 첨버. 어떻게 템바드 시진지 야부지 두비나 나랑서 순대지나 자와 가르치나 자와데 휘다가 두비야지 계속해서 맞아요. 그래서 아니 진이 아니 지 고발레네 아니 고발레디가라 셈드마 가르소르 고베 원도 손디에나 셈디 dim tosu semba martangu ware semba martan wala yarum jiti sundwa mita bogo meyadang ani kure dungal kure nimi samyadang ani tegiti samtan waina tosu semba 자그리스 송도와 셈림네 아니 도스제네 셈간지 또서 허다나 고발레야 셈 하정 림다나 지와리 거래 지와이다 셈 림비견제 셈 하정 림다나 지와리 셈 하정 러다나 고발레 림로 탐보지 왕도 자고 와라다 다때 영화 잡을래 템바데 시징인 튕긴 쪼르즈 송도스
Page 133, techniques for actualizing a calmly abiding mind that apprehends the selflessness of persons or phenomena. It is essential to have assembled the factors for a calmly abiding mind so that when selflessness is the object on which the mind is focused, the meditative absorption that is to be actualized is clear and non-conceptual. When it is hindered by laxity and excitement, employ mindfulness as an antidote. Recognizing even their subtle aspects by means of introspection, persist in your meditation in such a way that you do not come under their influence. So, as probably you know, for calm abiding meditation, it is important to begin with what we call, 6 proper circumstances. Without having even one of them, as Atisha says, that even if you work for hundreds and hundreds of years, you won't be able to attain the result. So it is important to have proper, requirements for the calm abiding meditation. And as mentioned here, for the beginners, the 2 most obvious, obstacles are mental, here it says mental excitement or agitation, and mental dullness or laxity. These are the two obvious obstacles for the beginners. And mental excitement or agitation is, extension, or it's a part of attachment or form of attachment. And these are the two most obvious obstacle, and two most kind of helpful instrument to deal with these two for the beginner is, as mentioned here, is mindfulness. Mindfulness, and whether mindfulness is working or not, what you need is introspection. So mindfulness and the introspection is the two most useful, kind of tools to work against these two obstacle, mental agitation and excitement, agitation and laxity. And laxity and excitement, as probably you know, laxity or dullness is when the power or the activity of mind becomes really loose. It's too loose that it's not giving enough attention. So losing its kind of power. So or maybe focus. And when that happens, usually. As instructed by His Holiness, and we find in the text, you need to encourage your mind to be more active. And on the other hand, when mind is under the influence of excitement, mind is hyperactive. And to again, so hyperactive on one end, and kind of laxity, on the other hand, both becomes kind of too extreme. So you need to tune your mind in such a way that it comes in the middle, and both becomes an obstacle. So when your mind is too excited, too agitated, too kind of fleeting, what you need to do is, as instructed by His Holiness, to meditate or just think about impermanence, suffering of cyclic existence, all more kind of to make your mind calming down of your mind.
Dina da jinege chotu de minzam jumena dos penda yongor samdusi jinege dina la pesebu duas chotu de tumbi yunna ne baasi de da tumbi yunna ne badala lodengang du tubi yul lepringen dan nezan da sazama da chozana najar de yechel den se da wata be ngaran tu yulde kanji jine tupsi 네데 소스 루포 쳐바져다 사장보 속에 녀대보 된지지 구고 알아서 송고하래 어답 예 tumbi윤네 네스데 율데베 즉 다자 중군 메겐 롱데나 안라운라 메네 준다 맨댕에 어답 속에 녀 쳐서 있는 된지지 구고하래 디지래 아니 너바충나 쳐셔봐 구고하래 tapi dobat yaindan de choshik gün me chevena ya jinruya ngalkin chagore ti sojire jawan mangbin dunzi phongwachi te sungdo any sultim tapa ti sungdo any namto any tobanda me kirumachete oda tingi diona 율 dunzi 엠바상 셈 남도 엠바니 구war 다땡이 백 미시버게 쳔버리 아니 예반디는 두스 기간도 찌르니 박근혜 세부째 되는 것도 아니 디 로라지스 지니금 공 고테디어레 지니 코랑게 공 고텔 두스
For Karma Abiding Meditation, you're saying that if you want to read more, here, it is presented in a very kind of short form, brief form, so you can look more detail into liberation in the palm of your hand at the beginning of that chapter on meditation, or maybe Karma Abiding or concentration. As said before, 6 proper circumstances, it becomes with the conducive place. And when it says to go quickly, the least conducive place refers to a place which consists of 3 favorable, conditions. The first one is a safe place, very, suitable for your health. Second is a place not so noisy, not so not full of kind of noises or obstacles that could impact your meditation. And third is a place where it is easy to find your basic necessities of livelihood, such as food and clothing. So those are the three. When it says conducive place, those refers to those three. And then that is the first one. The second is having a sense of contentment and few desire. And then next one, avoiding extraneous activity, which is of course destruction, and then maintaining pure ethics. And then next one is or the final one, when we categorize, if you say in one, it's avoiding of destruction, but we can categorize that into two: destruction mentally of conceptual thoughts, and destruction physically, all those object of desire or attachment. So if you read that book, Liberation in the Palm of Your Hand, it's explained detail in there. And somebody who is interested in calm abiding meditation, it is inevitable.
Oda di gala jine wala lui kinda sande pe ke chambore lui namnang ge chudin singde shibuji ke chambu cha de yore. Oda kesam di ngazo gom je de gala mi zum da ma zum de shibuji ke che chi do. Mi ngone zum gyuran yo mare dang gyuran yo mare. Mi naze pamne du sidi de la mi pete ke mazum ya de gi chingwa che ya ge chungri sing sung do. Pete madan de 오고파 까야를 숨그려서 숨도와 또 재미 낮에 밤에 친구니에 그때는 천던도가 어다 지 미도 소자 겨울무제 숨도와 삼들은 또 숨이 좀 되나 이니페 지 내차대 체용되게 아니 삼들 미실잖아 살차 체용되긴 때문에 연구도 없어 이나코나 로다도 연구 로다데 미 낮에 밤에 들에서 숨도와.
And here, of course, it is important to have understanding of maintaining physical postures, and we talk about 7 physical postures of meditation. And you were saying that there's a discussion on whether close your eyes or keep it open. Typically, we talk about bringing vision down to the tip of nose, which means not closing it totally, not opening it wide, maintaining it kind of, sort of in the middle. So if you totally close it, there's a risk of bringing or leading to laxity. If you open it widely, risk of bringing agitation or excitement. And so the most appropriate is to bring down to the tip of nose. And sometimes, as His Holiness does say that, when you close your eyes, there's a better kind of concentration. But in the text, it talks about bringing to the vision to the tip of nose.
어다때 도스제네 수도가 간제 천든 제조 시부진네 전부 차대요래. 아니 대외 올란 도스 자야돼. 탑신이 성그리스도 탑시 중절 중이야. 마음바나 소소히 유기 냠는데 탑시 중도를 왜 냠는지 용이야게. 되네 천네요 그래서 중도. 되네 땡들디 그래서 중도. 되네 나타 탑시 중도를 왜 땡들디게나 디잖아 빼야보도. 아니 나랑 좀 냠는 가르쳐 봐이나 탑시 중들 지용이나 사주 체르고로 안 냠는데.
And other kind of maintaining of postures, such as your palm on one on another, and then touching to tip of the thumb just below your navel. It symbolizes, or it kind of talks about the benefit of in your future practice bringing method and wisdom together. If that is the case, then it's something that does make bring benefit and does make a difference.
어다 템바데 시진된 거에 되지. 다 될라. 어다 진화들라 진화타라니 고바들라 고바타라니 자기도 배자구나. 어다 진화 탐모 시디갈라 진화 라파 시디갈라 만한조 미데 간데지나 미데들갈라 셈데 니리야나 살짝면나 진화 라파레스 송도 다 미데 수소 둥은지나 수소 강 가서 잘하지 주나 디고래 셈내야 돈달리나 다 낭빠진 거네 제바이나 덤베군인 전부만 인근 춘추 지고 차보 땡 새로 씌우지고 그래서 송도와 지고 어떻게 오고밭 파 제당 살포득이 진화 제야 그랬더니 손대여서 송도와 아니 상기지수 덤베던데 파연용이야당 때문에 망고시 송도 주고나라 어다 되게 들이 다 낭빠면 되긴지나 소속강 내서 잘하지라니 셈데 샤난디고 그래서 송도
And for those two, obstacles, mental laxity or dullness, and also for excitement and agitation, we further, as many of you know, categorize into subtle and gross or coarse. For example, mental laxity, coarse or gross, obstacle is when you have a stable situation but lacking clarity. At that time, you are experiencing, coarse or gross level of mental laxity. And for the object of the observation or target, for non-Buddhists, you can pick up any object that is easier for you to concentrate. But for Buddhist practitioners, usually it is advised to have image of Buddha statue, small but heavy with kind of very color bright in color, and heaviness kind of helps to maintain or help to reduce or agitation, while that brightness helps to reduce or eliminate mental laxity. And also using Buddha as an image or target is good for Buddhist practitioners to kind of remember and follow
어떻게 고미하게 최대한 수수경자성은 라pan 도수 렉 잠지라니 배 생각이 기타베 티제니 배 덤비 꾸춘춘제 소지 민잠 거두러 삼던 거를 송도시
and the distance that you keep your say Buddha statue in front of you, the distance is when you lie down on the ground for prostration, the length of your body, and then the height is equal to your kind of eyebrow, and visualizing Buddha sitting on the throne, holding up by four lines.
뭐다 생각이 기타베 티대야
Eight
생각이야
lines. Sorry.
아니 배 이시라나를 두가 선배 남들 주소를 세지 작거래 이게 생각이 차기 생각이 야다 바데 아니 양천대 당선 사이인데 벌 도야 잡올 nem바데 아니 오던 루이 너발도야 잘 태가르게 빠른 땡인 너발도야 된디기 간지 사생상 살아숨기에니 배 너바가게 된디 춘든지 숭도 아니 예여야 돼 민지be 게 중고 그래서 이직 송도
And the symbolism has its own, meaning behind, say, 8, line represents, 8 fears, and all of those lines kind of different emanations of enlightened beings, and the gesture of line when kind of facing up or holding up, it represents facing up and facing straight, or feet kind of clasping down on the earth. These three gestures represent kind of elimination or suppression of obstacles from three different directions: upper, middle, and lower beings.
어다 두스레 다 거기 미비글 네디였나요 미데데갈 샘데 네디였나요 아니 내차에나 살차에나 살찌는 것이면나 지와 참으래서 송도와 다 진호왕도 샘데 진호왕도 쇼래야 디지 송도지
정화 가르쳐 정화 적어줘.
진화 타와데 샘데 미비글 네여난다 미데갈 네디였난다 살차였난다 살찌는 것이면나 아니 지와 참으래서
Subtle, laxity or subtle dullness. In your meditation, there is stability and there is clarity, but the clarity is there's a intensity of clarity is lacking. So there is a clarity, but not so clear. So at that time, there is a kind of obstacle of subtle laxity.
오다 텐데베 지마 타라니가 가rel레베나 디디 양 덴식 덴베 시진기 자라지네 애니 덴베 양미데가라 자고거래 디케 전부 차디거래 오다 디 지마 용디가라 셈반 토르 당고거래 셈반 토르 당야라 가르고거래 리 삼당야 상기기리 만한서 상기롱인바 애니 디부 상기 생데 가서 톱자인바
교발용들로 그래.
라
교발용들로
말 진화참
알레 정화청.
진화가 포바케 그 삼로도 당고 와르스 장주기 심기 파인 삼당야 다저는 얘가도 삼당야 셈나 포바케 바이나 셈 딤잡아데 흘야 셈반 토로 당고 와래 어때 대수승도 이 원에 펜더 두스지나 펜더 연구 와래 두스지나 조르데들랑 안아서 양 레베 초지 가장야다 되니 지 용도 와 어다 되게 돼 아니 너면 공부세데 다셈 라징이 내리듯도 삼당가 당바이나 나라 아니 어디 님이 쉬었다는 디승도 와 그런데 야르메승도 와 어디 리듯도 삼당도 셰트다가 율충이 거네 그러와이나 라징이 마두바 냥데이나 라징이 마두바 율충이 거네 로지 임바텐디 삼당 양샘 직 원에 동일라 가비연데가 뽑아용 셈바토로 누구로와 와도 도시네 간지 셈바토 지원을 되거나 셈바토로 로에게 삼당 고와레스
So in doing meditation, it's always important to kind of use, as said before, two kind of instrument: mental mindfulness and introspection. Introspection kind of always looking at your mind, whether it is focused on object or not. When there is a distraction, you should be using mindfulness to bring it back on the object of observation. And when there is experiences of subtle dullness or laxity, at that time what is happening is mind is becoming too dull, too kind of lazy, and for that you need to fix it. You need to kind of encourage mind, and for that kind of reflecting on the altruism precious human life, and thinking and contemplating on those not only benefits your mind to become more active, more encouraging, but also helps to accumulate other kind of positive merits too. And here one can also think about the innate nature of the mind being clear and awareness, knowing. In Nyingma tradition, it talks about a union of nirvana and samsara. From the perspective of emptiness, both has the same taste, same nature.
Tati konde yame sandes ta songi la garo je kwa yuen degen tendijina ta tende diungurata kangalone ta khabore tende toale yala ta pe tajornye ka chanchuki sem digiti find samtana ngara so lo ramding kandejina chik semna toaji sematenden tordoe yores ta kanji 그 소수기 3년 내제 됐다니 오 바시고 아주 차고 왔지.
For most of the practitioners, probably it's more kind of appropriate, helpful to use reflection on preciousness of human rebirth and altruism, and rather than kind of thinking about emptiness, because emptiness might not be too beneficial unless one is quite familiar with those concepts of union of nirvana and liberation. However, the point here is that you use reflection, whatever is most suitable for your level of practices.
Oda dusre oda gopale indugala nyumung nimi samtangwarizada tungarlo zantre suna pesebodu oda namnin digitinala chiwami zabadang ani digiti samtangwarase sungduwa kanji sem jumya ge samtangware ngaso chirol troyade sem gotani chirol tugora oda ti indugala 직 nyumungla kyendo sta tungenjigi nyumung nimi samtaina samto su jumbaten den legerwa 이거 고박합도 레스 샘딴 dimru tangware.
And when I experience mental agitation or excitement, as we find in Lamrim and other texts like author, Lob Tungar Losantile, use meditation or reflection on impermanence, death and dying. And the point here is that your mind being so hyperactive, you need to kind of reduce that hyperactivity.
오다 두스체니 간지 진고 당복 문제는 가서 가보래 샘내기 파자시 진고 코난 문제 가보지 그러와 진주가라 진고 그 문제 야보시 도와지 문제 톱되가라 아니 미대가라 자데 샘데 간데시네기도 대직 양내양도 따지다 진월lep디다 단다 고발레디가라 아니 샘 마른도에게 탑람 nyumung nyimi nyinanda, ini mitaba yinanda, da kare nanda, kanchi sem tosu, semba marutan, sem kubuchi goe, wata tengi samudanya tola, ini chik shuk gyagu gore, duschini, ini sem da hajang dimdana, wata semba marundoyake tablam tegidi duschini, kun nyonthoni samudanya duschini, 소수 니르기 냠렌레 자르도 두스체바이나 데니 팅인진신디타 진고기 파게 나메 제토 아니 디가라니 텐시텐야데 지 하코나 디 오홈라 토스 지 가르서 거다 옴싱데 고네 펜더 임바지 요아지 차거래 옴데 지삼지 템보 야보였나 셈데 템보다 거래 셈 지삼 템보 임바지 이나 다 디게다 동이 떠야라 파기 살칼 체를 내그르즈데 여름 승우도와 퍼진루 그 림베고네 대승우도와 퍼진루 림바데 이 동이 때 타슈 셔럽게 퍼진데 타셔 인자 셈 양아 잉에 셈 때는 남돈 담인데 영이 셈되기 하고 가보자 거래. 뒤니가 샘 템포 샘 요몽 보왕도 마송아 샘 템포 질레 지네시 거래. 요몽고 투자면 되게 샘 템포 질레 지네시 거래. 어떻게 샘로도 지원내베 샘디기 송이 또 그래서 송도와. 뒤용라 준비 고와래. 캡틴 준비 퍼진 캡틴 고와래. 준비 퍼진 용라 아니 zobe 퍼진 캡틴 고와래. zobe 퍼진 용라 피다 보지 용라 어다 술팀 캡틴 고와래. 술팀 야부 용라 선음 사야리 짐베 퍼진 고와래. 들거나 독스제네. ngama rapa indugala rapa dan nyamlen che tsirene thau droina thamodu to thu gor tu sudo
although it is hard to kind of identify at the beginning level mental dullness and agitation, but the process is, of course, first to understand those two, and when you do actual meditation, try to know this through your experiences, what your mind is behaving, how it is behaving. So when there is too much distraction, hyperactivity, then kind of bringing mind down from its hyperactivity, and when it is too dull, you need to make it encourage it, make it more kind of active. And so depending on your kind of experiences, you need to make sure that mind, the state of mind is exactly what you needed for your meditation. And and with that kind of understanding, when you do meditation, then there is a benefit from doing a meditation. From good meditation, we can have a stable mind, and stable mind can be very suitable for understanding of emptiness. And when we look at the 6 practice of perfections, the last one is perfection of wisdom, understanding of emptiness, and that comes last because that's the most subtle and most difficult. When we usually say calm abiding or stabilization, shine in Tibetan, shamatha, it refers to the mind which has a quality of stability, which has no disturbances of any kinds of afflictions. So that kind of mind can have ability to understand emptiness. And so when we look at those 6 perfections, in order to have good wisdom, then we can, if you look at the list in a reverse way, number 6 is wisdom. So to have a good wisdom, you has to have meditation. To have a good meditation, you need to have good patience. For patience, what you need is good practice of moral ethics, and then go back to and that's when you look at the list, the last one becomes more subtlest, most difficult. As you go up higher and higher, it becomes more easier, and therefore the previous, the first generosity is needed for the second, and second is needed for the third, and eventually what is most important for all of those is the wisdom.
오다 다가서 산대점지 오면서도 민전 중구에 매 가시 돈다 시부고네 때는 디버져야지 고라 차이겐 갈겐 실제들 진고니 문진 투야대상 튕긴 루제데 아니베 텐싱이 때야지 시과데 가서 레상보 쉬우진내 첨버샤 네티 섬거래 오다 디니바 파이 갸처run도나 또 두고네 투야요래 이지지고네 투야요래 어때 님분들이 계고네 투야요래 그래서 답에 즉 이제 간삼 자는 되게 배기 캡틴 설제도 수준에 샘냉 구림베투네 네 데이팅이 리신장당 샘신장도 수준에 신장 수디가 리샘 신장 수디가라 단단하고 리드 꼴데 봅니다 리신장 좀나 배 신발타라 양모치도 리 꼴데 보시고 시작거래 간지 냉엘링긴 디바다 따나 리신장 좀 거래 Luigi Nengeling di Batana, Lui Xinjiang to Wari, Sem Nengeling di Batana, Sem the Chola Kawash mi patena, Shara, Takalan to Wari, what a reason Xinjiang. Jinetu Sara Jugu to wear Kiaji the Masatani, Yosemite Kiajita in Samarati.
So meditation, simply kind of sitting on a cushion and trying to concentrate might not bring you the result. So therefore, for the minimum level, it's important to understand what are the positive factors that is needed, and what are the obstacles that you might face. So therefore, the minimum understanding, the obstacle, laxity and excitement, and positive factor, mindfulness and introspection, and then that's something that is needed minimally. And later, when you become more kind of sophisticated, more advanced, then you can, implement such as practice of calm abiding using 6 powers. For mental engagements, and then 8 antidotes, and through those one can go through these 9 mental abidings, or 9 stages of mental setting, and then at the end we talk about attaining of pliancy, physical and mental pliancy, or suppleness, which means you have eliminated what we called bad condition of a body, obscurations of body. At this moment, we have difficulty in kind of maintaining good physical posture, because we have no complete control over our body. Body does whatever it wants. So therefore, and likewise, when we attain suppleness of body, mind, we have complete control over our mind. Wherever you want to focus attention, there's no problem. It can do very kind of sort of naturally, spontaneously.
What a Simne Gudit, that is sort of me. What a those Chene, Jama Simne Gui, Gonema Logi Chesra. Any Simne Gudi, Midigala, Simne Rimbe Wangi, to Shag, Rimbe Wangi, Simne Gudi She on Quare. Depend Missiva Diri. Any Simne good Tumne Juguta, thinking to be at the negative Sunguada. What a tea cannot alone and dinner save those. Lamdin Namdala Chang, Pesevore. Digi Lora Chidang, Nay Logins, and it's Didang and a bear, Semne good under Tungar Losantilige, soon there, Yavon, whatever do. One those Chenejama, Semne Gude, Kazatuchi, Nedi, Shirajiko Mara, the Tendi, Junal Tene, Kazatuchi, also. Kotsarwaya, Ketungo Marta, Kanji. Kazo Pempenji, Marato Dichituna, some good those. And no week de la task and take me the Zulochi, those check was, and a Kazo log and the Kazo Tengin Jiju and cannot of Pengirovas.
So we will stop here for today and continue with the 9 stages of setting the mind, or mental setting, next Sunday. And these 9 stages talks about when your mind is focused on something, then how can you further improve your stability or concentration. So they are 9 stages, and during weekdays, he was saying that he will read. So you can also read. It is clearly explained, detailed in the as said before, book. Liberation in the Palm of Your Hand, and many other resources as well. So he will read those books on weekdays and try to help us to understand better. Help us as much as he can, and you can also read and prepare ahead of time.
Yeah, any Jashanas.
So we'll stop here.
어지다. 뒤와 매서. 가리라웨 그레웨 진감데 펜라데와 몰린중에 제레지와 딘진디오소에 샤베제데 바르도 댕기르지 잠바바베 지데캬마마노 콘도소나 세다 군기시소 달로지 베완디다 담제라토 대성제변여와 담제기어 강로 조동아바데 다신계외 사와 디근자 상보체제라도 모와라기. In the land encircled by snow-white mountains, the source of all happiness and benefits flows in your person, generously changing jars, remained hundred samsara ends. Just as the Bodhisattva Manjushri attained omniscience and Samadhi virtue, so now I too dedicate these minutes to train and following their footsteps. As all the victorious Buddhas are past, present, and future, praise dedication to the Supreme. So now I too dedicate this merit for all things to perfect relations. Thank you.